Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Hammer Museum. Thank you all for joining us for JazzPOP on this gorgeous August evening. I'm Claudia Bester, the Director of Public Programs, and tonight is the final concert of our annual JazzPOP series, now in its 19th year. JazzPOP is curated by the very talented composer and bassist Lisa Mezzacappa. Tonight, multi-instrumentalist Machado Mijiga brings his trio from Portland, Oregon to LA. Mijiga is, thank you for traveling so far. Mijiga is classically trained, jazz-weathered, and eclectically inclined. He plays drums, saxophone, and keyboards, and composes his own music, as well as playing as sideman for many prominent musicians. His imaginative compositions reflect his diverse musical background in jazz, R&B, electronica, and hip-hop. So tonight we get to hear his music performed by Dario LaPoma on piano, Patrick Goličnik on bass, and Machado Mijiga on drums. So give it up for the Machado Mijiga trio.
How's everyone doing? Doing okay? Thanks for listening to this music. You're listening to, again, Patrick Goličnik on the bass. Give it up for him. That's Dario LaPoma on the piano. And I'm Machado Mijiga. This is my music. Thanks so much for having us. The Hammer Museum has been nothing but hospitable. They've been gracious. It's really cool to be here. Lisa Metzacappa, thank you for curating this series and putting together so much wonderful music. There's great music here for the JazzPOP series. Seems like we're the last one for this season, but there's much more. I just found out it's been going for 19 years, which is incredible. So hope that keeps going. A lot of the music that you're listening to is just going to be scattered throughout. I think I have 44 albums out now. So you can look at my Bandcamp if you want to listen to even a fraction of those and see if you like any. But most of these are going to be from an album called Gradient, which is my jazz trio album that I got grant funding for and had the largest band. And I'd usually do all the audio engineering and mixing and mastering and all of my own stuff. But this album was the one where everything was sponsored. And that's what this show is. So we might as well play that music. But we're going to play some other songs from different albums as well. This next one is a self-titled track from my album Gradient. It's called Gradient. lot of my songs have kind of silly names just because I'm not a deeply thoughtful person. I just feel things, maybe. But then that also sounds pretentious to say. I have synesthesia, so that song is called Gradient just because it was a gradient of two colors. Actually very similar to the color that the Hammer logo on the above is, like a kind of a magenta and then like a cyan color. It's like a gradient between those two colors is what I see. A lot of songs are just like, I felt like this, and so that's the song name. There's no deep story behind it. It's just kind of, I don't know, I felt that way. Doesn't sound that profound to say, but I'm speaking the truth. This next song is called The Viscount. It's one of the few that actually does have a story. I wrote it for Vestal Social Justice Elementary School in Portland. I was commissioned to write this piece for this really cool school that kind of offers alternative education, and they didn't really give me any prompt other than just that it should be something that the kids find interesting. So I made a suite called People, Places, and Things, 4 movements. But it's like 2 of them are people, 1 is a place, and 1 is a thing, but none of them are real people, places, or things. They're all just imaginary. I'm not an author, but I just figured maybe I'll just write through the song titles. This is one of the people. This one's called The Viscount. Please give it up once again for Patrick Goličnik on the bass. And that's Dario LaPoma on the piano. I've played with both of these gentlemen for quite some time. Patrick actually plays with my roommate every week and not with me because my roommate is cooler than me. Dario is a psychiatric nurse practitioner by day and a killing pianist by night. So yeah, give it up for mental health professionals that shred 88 keys. Dario also just recorded his own debut trio album that features me and not him on bass, somebody else on bass. But next time, we'll have Patrick on it. We're going to do a song from that album just because I feel like Dario deserves some support and some people knowing about what to keep their eyes and ears peeled for. So this one's called Resolution. It's by Dario LaPoma. You can see it on his not yet named album that was recorded last month. But if you're interested, please inquire. He's on social media. He has a website, DarioLaPoma.bandcamp.com. He's got solo piano records out. And hopefully the Hammer gets him here at some point to do his own show. But we'll let you be the judge. We're going to play one of these songs. This is Resolution. Give it up once again. That's Dario LaPoma. He wrote that song, Resolution. You can find it on his album that doesn't have a name yet. I'm going to call it Cupcake, Daffodil, Silly Lily. That's what it's going to be called. Cupcake, Daffodil, Silly Willy. Don't wear the name out. Patrick, I'm going to put him on the spot, doesn't have a record out, but he's got lots of great music that we aren't playing tonight. So just give him a hard time about it so that he records more music. I don't think everybody, I have 44 albums. I don't think everybody needs 44 albums, but maybe one. We'll do one. Just do one of them. We're going to do a song of mine called Back Home next. There may or may not be an audience member here who's an old friend of mine. I'm not trying to call out, but this gentleman, Rob Arujo, is a fantastic pianist, and I wrote this song originally for a record that he was going to release, a jazz record, before he took this huge pivot and became this amazing electronic producer and lo-fi producer and still tours and plays with all sorts of people all over the world. He's a wonderful guy, great friend of mine. Anyways, this song was originally like a ghost-written thing that was supposed to be on his album, and he never put it on his jazz album. So it went on my jazz album because I'm the boss of that album. But I think it's wonderful. All of his music is fantastic. You should check it out. This song is called Back Home, and it is also on my album Gradient, which a lot of the songs you're going to hear are from that album, but I'm doing some other stuff too. trying to make all these announcements have some segues so that I can go from song to song and person to person and do all this thing. It's kind of a mental map. I didn't write any of this out. I'm just thinking. I'm a jazz musician. I'm improvising. That song was called Back Home. It was recorded, as I'd mentioned, originally written for my friend Rob Arujo, who played piano, on the recorded version that was on my album, Gradient, which we played a song from before, but this was a song Back Home from Gradient, which featured Rob Arujo, who just released an album called Nakama that features Patrick Goličnik on bass and me playing a weird electronic saxophone. And then there is, this also segues into the next song. I met Rob through doing jazz stuff, but mostly through lo-fi and music production stuff, and that led me to create beats. I made a beat called Dewdrop that ended up on a lo-fi album called Beach Jams 89, which is the song that we're going to play next. It's called Dewdrops. I kind of threaded the needle. I figured a way to get this all to corral into. I don't have a way with words. I don't even have a way with notes, but this is the process. So this one's Dewdrop. Thank you so much. You've been a wonderful audience. It's cool to play to a full room of people in an awesome, creative space. I love the intersection of many types of art, visual art, performance art, music. I was just performing earlier yesterday with Heidi Duckler Dance, a wonderful dance organization that sometimes does work in Portland and sometimes does work here in LA. And it's cool to collaborate with dancers. It's cool to do something here at the Hammer. But something with Heidi that I did last week was playing the Portland Art Museum, which was a cool thing too. I like just, again, the intersection of art. Various types of creative art forms merged together. Please put your hands together again for Dario LaPoma and Patrick Goličnik on piano and bass, respectively. They're so wonderful. Don't listen to him. Listen to me. I have the microphone. We're going to clap for them because they did a wonderful job. They prepared all this music. They have put up with my antics and tomfoolery for far too long. So I'm very grateful for them, their friendship, their musicianship. Grateful to the Hammer for having us and for being given a platform to play this music. To all of you, I guess if there's a call to action, please, it doesn't have to be my music. Listen to someone's music that's local. Find an artist in LA, find an artist in a place that you live if you're not from LA. Check their music out. It would really mean a lot to them. There's so many people putting together amazing music, art of all kinds. And it starts with you. So please, the extra 10 seconds that it takes to go look up someone's Bandcamp link and buy their album for $10, do that. Please. Spotify and Apple Music do not pay us. We do not make money from tours. We make money from, it's not even about making money. It's about being able to do this as an art form, as a living, and be a part of society in that way. So we would love to continue to have your support in whatever way you want to do that. Includes donating and spending time in the Hammer Museum, all sorts of things. That's my soapbox. We're going to play one more song for you. This one's called Legacy. Thank you again. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you again so much. Patrick Goličnik on the bass. Please keep it going for him. It's Dario LaPoma on the piano. Brilliant. Once again, I'm Machado Mijiga. We came from Portland to play music for you, so if you're ever in Portland, look us up. Or tell people in Los Angeles to tell us to come here more. That also works. If you have social media, this is the time to do all the announcements. If you have social media, please go to the Hammer Museum, go to my name, search my name, and you'll find their names. That's where you find our music. Even if you don't have social media, just use Google. Look for information about releases, all of that stuff. Stay up to date if you're interested. And tell your friends. If you don't want to get on social media, but you know somebody who's got it, tell them, and they'll tell you. They text you, send you an email, or whatever it is. But that extra step is really what makes a difference for anything in the arts and the creative field, so we really would appreciate that from you. Please continue enjoying. Tip the staff here, and keep visiting the Hammer Museum. Have a wonderful night. Feel free to talk to me. I'll be loitering afterwards if you'd like to. And these gentlemen will be hopefully back here soon with some other amazing artists who are doing their own music. So thank you again. Have a wonderful night.